Wouldn't you think that the media, a reporter who isn't paid on the payroll of the warmongers would be more credible than one that is?
Credible message out? Yes. Very much so.
It's unbelievable how many people still will deny the source and then give me an MSNBC source.
Go to Link TV. Go to Link TV. That's the best channel that I've seen so far. You get a lot of how would you say, what's the word that I'm looking for? You get honest reporting. You see the news from around the world like Mosaic, NHK, Democracy Now! There's a good program now called Apology of the Economic Hitman. Very informative of how the powers that be work in this country and around the world, and how they go and they set up these loans, and if the countries can't pay back those loans, then these private powers that be take power in their political structure. When you see the history of El Salvador, Nicaragua, Haiti, countries around the world, then you see why things like this occur.
Do you know what Libya's, how much they owed, what their debt was?
That's why we're taking over. That's why
Zero.
That's right. When you go to YouTube, type in Enron 9/11. My first videos are number 1 and 2 on that search. If you see how Enron played a game in this here, and you'll understand why real estate was hit and not, a significant target.
What do you think about they just raised the tolls, and the excuse of raising the tolls is to pay for the World Trade Center?
That's right. That's right, because they know that the financial system is gradually collapsing.
Larry Silverstein got paid $14 billion for 9/11.
Yeah, they decided to pull the building. He sat back and got a call from the fire department commander, and he decided to pull the building. And they knew what occurred that day. 2 months before 9/11, there seemed to have been a practice run with the tanks in Brooklyn. Keyspan Maspeth Holder, which merged with Enron in 1998. That's part of my research. When you go to Enron 9/11, you'll see the connection. That tilting process that occurred in the South and North Tower, and how everything dropped into Austin Tobin Plaza, there was a dry run for it 2 months before. Okay? Keyspan merged with Enron in 1998. Giuliani put out a Y2K pamphlet which showed ominous shadows on the image of on the World Trade Center. I advise anybody who listens to this, type in Enron 9/11, and you'll see how Enron was behind it. And you'll see how the multinational corporations, along with the Bush family,
do you know who were the only people who got arrested on 9/11? On the ground?
Funny people in funny backgrounds, dancing.
They were all Mossad agents. Why do you think that is?
There's a fifth column that operates. They don't have any allegiance to Israel any more than they have allegiance to us.
Their allegiance is the banksters.
That's right. That's who their allegiance is. That's why the banks are running rapid right now. And you see how the banks are just out of control. And the arrogance. It's the French Revolution all over again. That's what's beating itself. Because again, when the haves don't address the have-nots will definitely address the haves. And we'd rather have peaceful dialogue, but you have extremists within the groups, and you have extremists out there that will take action. And unfortunately, this is what we're trying to avoid. We like dialogue. We like peaceful dialogue because we feel that we could come to a peaceful resolution of the minds. Okay? That's why we have to show that these cops out here are also blue-collar workers. We have to honor them. We have to honor the first responders because these were the first freedom fighters of the millennium who were lost in that war with the rich and the powerful.
And nobody was treated worse.
No. You know, now they say that anybody going for the Zadroga bill will be run behind the FBI terrorist watch list. Now we're terrorists.
I also
on 9/11, the civilians were considered innocent victims of terrorism. Now we're the terrorists as we go through the airport. We have to go through the radiation detectors. We have to be searched. Grandma and the little baby is being searched in the diapers. What is that? We're following the same pattern as what happened in Nazi Germany. When the Reichstag collapsed, we had Fatherland Security and the Enabling Act. Now we have Homeland Security and the Patriot Act. And the Patriot Act wasn't even read by Congress. They passed it. We were in a war no month in a war later, a month later after 9/11. A war that was already figured out by MSNBC was planned before 9/11. So what happened on 9/11? What actually occurred here? That's what needs to be brought about. And they'll see that all of this is symptomatic beginning here. Beginning here. When these people were lost and these freedom fighters were lost on 9/11, they were the first casualties of the war against the powers that be. And now, this is the symptom of it. This is what you call the people, the voice of the people. This is America rising here. Okay? This is America rising. And again, if the people are not heard, they're going to be seen. That's where the anger of the people are at right now. People are very upset.
If there was one policy change in the whole system we have now that could change as a result of this, what would you like it to be?
Hold the rich accountable. Hold the rich accountable. Make them pay. The Federal Reserve Bank needs to be in. What you call when they do an audit? Audit the Federal Reserve.
What about industry? What about IRS?
And ending
Same
the
thing.
Fed.
IRS is a private corporation, same as the Federal Reserve. It's a matter of usury, which is occurring here. And that's why this country's debt never goes down, because they'll never put in enough to pay the debt off.
Do you know who doesn't believe?
Change things.
Do you know who considers
people have to change
usury a sin?
The Pope.
No.
I'm sorry, I forgot. The Islam banks.
Don't you think that's kind of weird?
That's the reason why we're totally eliminating them financially. Remember the stacks of money that was found in Iraq? So when they want to go off the dollar, when they want to go off the dollar and say go to the yen or go to the yuan, they put a war against them. That's a financial terrorism. It's financial terrorism.
Gold in building 7 that's disappeared.
Yes, sir.